members of the Red Table and distinguished invitees. I am very happy to be here with you this evening and also to speak a few words, because when I left home yesterday, little did I realize that I will be attending this event, let alone having to speak here. So I am very happy to attend the inauguration of Adarsh Chamber of Commerce and Industry, because in our language also, in Sinhala language, Adarsha, exemplary is Adarsha. Adarshava is also Adarsha in Sinhala. And I must say, majority of Sri Lankans have a very special place in their heart for India. Why? Why? Because they follow the teachings of your greatest son, Gautama. That is why we have a very special place for India in our heart. And I am also proud to say that I am the president of Colombo YMBA Buddhist Association, through which we try to protect and propagate Buddhist teachings, while trying to inculcate good practices in governance, ethnic harmony, religious harmony, and even in economic prosperity, as taught by the Buddha. So that is also my responsibility. I am happy to discharge that responsibility. So talking about India-Sri Lanka relationships, as far as we are concerned, of course, it goes back more than 2,500 years, and we have had very close relations since then. And in recent years, when Colombo YMBA Buddhist Association was formed 125 years ago, our first president was a gentleman called Sir D.B. Jayasekera. He was a contemporary of your great leader, Jawaharlal Nehru, in Oxford. So they were together. So much so, when Jawaharlal Nehru became the Prime Minister of India, we sent Sir D.B. Jayasekera as our first High Commissioner to India, because we wanted to make use of the friendship he had with great Indian leaders. And our relationships prospered. But I must also say, after 1948, when we gained independence, we lost that touch somewhat. And I think we did not have very good relations. That is why Sri Lanka went through a civil conflict, and lots of outside parties were involved in that conflict. But fortunately, with India's help, of course, we managed to resolve it. But in the recent past, we have had many difficulties, especially economic difficulties stemming from the poor governance structure we have had. That way, I think Sri Lanka has a lot to learn from India in terms or in areas of investments, international trade, research, and most important, how we achieve prosperity through ethnic and religious harmony. And I must also say that Sri Lanka gives you occasional lessons in cricket, and we also give you regular lessons in netball. So that way we are proud. But having said that, I think there are lots of opportunities for Indian businessmen to come and invest in Sri Lanka. Why I am saying that is, Sri Lanka also offers a very good place to live, because it's a beautiful country. Beautiful country, and I know personally, when Indians come to Sri Lanka, they can't believe that there is such a nice place called Sri Lanka, so close to India. So a lot of Indians like to come and stay there, do business there. While living there, they operate businesses in India. And Sri Lanka also has certain special advantages in dealing with other countries, especially Western countries, where we have lots of trade concessions. That way, lot of Indian businessmen try to come and set up operations because, say for example, recently US, the United States imposed anti-dumping duties on 2,000 products coming from China. So we have seen people coming to take advantage of that situation by investing in Sri Lanka to produce these 2,000 products that are exportable to USA. So that way I think Sri Lanka is a good investment destination for India. Of course we have Sri Lanka-India trade agreement, but in my opinion, of course with the experience I have had in doing business with India, in my opinion that trade agreement has not really worked the way it expected. Because the trade between our countries hasn't grown the way we expected. I think these two countries can do a lot to work together for mutual benefit. I believe Sri Lanka has a very good opportunity to achieve economic growth by tagging along with India. Because India is a very rapidly growing economy and your ambitions are very high. You have global ambitions in economic growth and we admire that. We speak about it. At various fora, when we speak about economic prosperity and how to achieve economic prosperity, we take India as an example. And we also take as an example the value of Indian bureaucracy. Value of Indian bureaucracy is a blessing, in my opinion, because we don't have that luxury in Sri Lanka. So I think India should do everything possible to preserve that tradition, because you have a very good civil service. And we have not done, as Sri Lankans, we haven't done enough to build our civil service that can facilitate and protect our national interests. So I am not going to speak at length. I am once again very happy to be here, standing before you, speaking a few words, and wishing your newly formed Chamber of Commerce, Adarsha Chamber of Commerce, every success, and I am sure this chamber will scale great heights. Thank you.